going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network. This is the X Sports Network.
Since 1955, Evers Construction has been the company folks have trusted for residential and commercial construction projects. Today, Evers is still the leader in building and is just as committed to maintaining. From residential to commercial and industrial, Evers' team of experts stands ready to install, service, and repair all your HVAC and plumbing needs. Specializing in leak repair, maintenance, air duct cleaning and repair, air handler service, drain cleaning, gas line work, emergency unit repair, inspections, and more. Evers Construction offers a preventative maintenance package to keep your home or business cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Trained, trusted, reliable. For more information or to schedule an appointment with the pros who know, phone 931-762-3593 or visit eversconstructionco.com. Evers Construction Company in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
LUS is committed to our customers, from providing and maintaining energy-efficient utility services to friendly, helpful customer service. LUS is there. At LUS, we're always challenging everything we know, every day. We strive to improve efficiency and reliability while focusing on our responsibility to our customers and the community. It's our promise to provide dependable service to our customers every time. Because we don't just work in Lawrence County, we live here too. LUS is committed.
Volco Auto Supply in Lawrenceburg has a legacy of being a family-owned and operated company, Since 1927, our business has grown and evolved into today's one-stop source for all your automotive supplies. But in that time, one thing has stayed the same, and that's our commitment to our customers and their needs. At Volco Auto Supply, you'll find everything for your car, truck, or even fleet of vehicles, but with good old-fashioned customer service the way it needs to be. That's Volco Auto Supply, 416 Buffalo Road in Lawrenceburg. Visit VolcoAuto.com.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we provided outstanding residential and commercial services through southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air. When you need us, we'll be there.
Hey everyone, this is Landon Saunders.
And this is Nate Patterson with Cloud9 Fiber.
We're excited to finally be able to offer Lawrenceburg our blazing fast, reliable, and affordable fiber internet services.
If you're looking for a more reliable and more affordable provider, we at Cloud9 Fiber have you covered.
Plans start at $50 a month, and we can offer up to a gigabit to your home or business.
We are excited to be able to offer your first month of service entirely free. We encourage you to sign up on cloud9fiber.com or by calling 931-201-9098 so we can help you make the switch today.
This is the X Sports Network.
Thank you.
All right, welcome in everybody. We're in Tullahoma, Tennessee this evening. Very nice evening for some softball action. Got your Lady Wildcats facing the Tullahoma. Actually, I don't know what their mascot is, Kevin. The Wildcats. They are also the Wildcats. So right now, public address announcer is giving the lineup for the Tullahoma Wildcats. Your lineup for the Lawrence County High School Wildcats. Starting off, leading off, number 7, Maddie Dollar. She's playing third base tonight. Batting second, number 19, Lainey Kate King. She's playing short. Batting third, number 18, Elizabeth Hagan. She's on the mound tonight. Batting fourth, number 15, Giselle Maldonado. She's behind the plate. Batting fifth, number 27, Ashlyn Sublett. She's the DP tonight. Batting sixth, number 13, Callie Brown. She's in left field. Batting seventh, number 8, Lily Lloyd. She's out in center. Batting eighth, number 6, Libby Burks. She's in right. And batting ninth, number 4, Reagan Frakes. She's at first base. And Bella Grace Walker is the flex tonight. For Tullahoma, batting first, number 9, Kaylee Holt. She's behind the plate. Batting second, 00, Addie Norman. She's in center. Batting third, number 11, Maddie Goad. She's at short. Batting fourth, number 20, Caitlin Gaddis. She is the DP tonight. Batting fifth, number 34, Avonlea Metcalf. She's pitching tonight. Batting sixth, number 30, Brinley Gilliam. She's at third base. Batting seventh, number 4, AC Holloway. She's in right. Batting eighth, number 7, Ellie Simpson. She's at second. And batting ninth, number 1, Amaya Sharp. She's over at first, and playing in left field with the flex is Aaliyah Raby, number 10. It's a beautiful evening out here in Tullahoma. Not a cloud in the sky. Temperature is very nice. Still in the lower 70s at this point. Sun's starting to come down just a little bit, so things will start to cool off just a tad. But all in all, just an absolute fantastic day for some softball action. Infield getting warmed up right here as we should be starting the game here momentarily.
Professional care with a smile. That will always be a guarantee at Encompass Healthcare. Whether you're looking for primary or urgent care, x-ray services, or even weight loss treatments, our team is equipped to serve your needs. Our doors are open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Make an appointment with our providers, Kendra Brown or Tori Cox, today. Encompass Healthcare, located on Highway 43 North in Etheridge, Tennessee, right next to Chapman Tire.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back. We are here to start the ball game. Top of the first, Maddie Dollar is up at the plate. Again, Metcalf in the circle. Swing, strike one to start the ball game. Metcalf getting her sign, and the pitch up and away, ball one. And 1-1 pitch, just down for a ball, didn't miss by much. Metcalf in the circle, gets her sign and pitches just a bit outside, ball 3. 3-1 count coming up here soon for Maddie Dollar. On the way. And check swing did not go. That ball was up. And that's ball 4, and leadoff runner is now on base here for Lawrence County Wildcats to start off the game. Coming up to the plate now, number 19, Lainey Kate King. The lefty digging in to the batter's box. Metcalf ready, and the pitch. Runner goes. Throw down to second is not in time. And Dollar is down there with a stolen base. She is now on second. Laney now digging in, runner in scoring position immediately here to start off the game. Here's the pitch, fouled off her leg. I'll bring the count to 1-1. Again, Dollar over there at second now from the stolen base. Here's the pitch. That one down and away for another ball. Metcalf finding it a little hard to get a hold of the strike zone early on. Here's the pitch. Just high, missed. There's another ball that will bring the count to 3-1. So back-to-back 3-1 counts here to start off the ball game for the Tullahoma pitcher. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Fly ball, hit pretty well, out to right. That's going to get lost to the sun. It's over the right fielder's head. Runner at second's coming around third to score. And all the way over at third base is King for a stand-up triple. Right fielder Holloway over there for Tullahoma. Seemed like she kind of misjudged that, lost in the sun a little bit. Sun still very much in play. Not a lot of shadows. The only shadow that's really in play is over there at third base. But that one was directly in the sun out there in right field. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, right field again. Holloway going back, misjudged it again. That one's off the wall, and that will allow King to come in and score. And now is 2-0 Wildcats to start the first as Hagan drives in another run with a hit out there towards right field.
Hagan helps herself out. Gets herself an RBI single. Now if you score 2-0,
I'll bring up
catcher, number 15,
Giselle Maldonado. So she comes to the plate. Hagan over there at first. I think they have a courtesy runner over there. Can't tell what number that is over there at first. Thank you. Bunt shown, taken back. There's a strike. Throw down a second is in time. That was number 23, Sarah Morrison. She was the one that was courtesy running for the pitcher. She gets thrown out there at second. Good throw by the catcher. So that is the first out of the inning. As Maldonado digs back in with an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That one up and away for a ball. So base is clear now. 1 out, 2 runs already in to start off the ball game here for the Wildcats. 1-1 pitch, just down, 2-1. Metcalf ready, and the pitch. Caught the outside corner. Good pitch there for another strike. That'll bring the count to 2-2. Maldonado in there. That one bounces in front of the plate. I'll bring the count full, 3-2. Three-two pitch. Swung on, back to the pitcher. Easy play over there, toss over to first, and that is the second out. So 1-3 on the putout for Maldonado. That'll bring up Ashlyn Sublett.
Maldonado hits it right back to where it came from for the 1-3 putout. And that brings to the plate your designated player, number 27, Ashlyn Sublett.
Ashlyn steps to the plate here. 2 outs, 2 runs already in. Here in the top of the first, if you're just joining us, thanks for tuning in. Hadn't missed much of the game so far, just started. That ball was down, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's in there for a strike. I'll bring the count to 1-1. Next pitch catches the strike zone. I'll bring the count to 1-2 for Ashlyn. Metcalf, the pitcher for the Tullahoma Wildcats. They are trying to get out of this inning with just 2 runs allowed. Here's the pitch. That one bounces in front of the plate. I'll bring the count to 2-2. So Deuces Wild here with 2-2 count and 2 outs in the top of the first. Here's a pitch. Just missed downstairs for a ball. They'll bring the count full. Full count pitch. Here comes. Chopped behind the plate for a foul. So Sublett staying alive here with 2 strikes. Metcalf getting the pitch call from her pitching coach. Here's a pitch. And hitter. Looks like got Ashlyn in the shoulder. And she'll make her way on down to first base. So hit by pitch there. That will bring up Callie Brown. So she comes up with 2 outs. And a runner over there at first after the hit by pitch. So far in this inning, Dollar led off with a walk. Got a triple by King. Another single by Hagan. That pitch is in there for a strike. That did the scoring to bring 2 runs in for the Lady Wildcats so far in the top of the inning. So Callie Brown in there now with a 0-1 count. Here's a pitch. Outside, ball 2. Or excuse me, ball 1. Metcalf with the pitch. That one is hit towards the left field fence, and that is foul. So that'll bring the count to 1-2. Metcalf looking at the pitch selection. She's ready. Here it is. Swung back and fouled. Callie staying alive here with the 1-2 count here with 2 outs. Metcalf ready. Here's a pitch. As down for a ball. Bring the count to 2-2. Off-speed pitch there. Floated in. Just a little low. So 2-2 count, 2 outs. Here's a pitch. That one swung back up the middle. That is off the shortstop's glove into center field. That will be another single here in the top of the first. And that will move the runner Sublett over there to second base. That's a good piece of hitting there with 2 outs. Just put it in play, see what happens. And found the tiniest of holes just underneath the glove of the shortstop over there, Maddie Goad. And found its way out into center field. So that'll bring up Libby Burks. There's going to be Lily Lloyd. Libby Burks is on deck. Here's a pitch. Swing and miss, strike 1. Lily Lloyd batting in the 7th hole. Metcalf is ready, winds up at the pitch. Up and away for a ball. 1-1. Runner in scoring position out there at second base is Ashlyn Sublett. Here's a pitch by Metcalf. Check swing, she did go, so there's another strike. They'll bring the count to 1-2. So Sublett at second. Brown at first. Lily Lloyd at the plate. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Here's a pitch. Swung on, chopper over to pitcher. Tough play over there, and she is safe as Metcalf flipped over to the covering second baseman. And that is not in time, so that is another base hit. That one an infield base hit. So I'll bring up Regan. That'll bring up Libby Burks.
On every base, coming to the plate, your right fielder, number 6, Libby Burks.
So bases loaded for Libby. 2 outs. Metcalf on the mound trying to limit the damage. Here's a pitch that's in there for a strike. So far for the Wildcats, that's 4 hits with 2 runs so far this inning. Pitch swung on, driven deep into right center field. That one's down in the gap. 2 runs are coming around and have scored for the Wildcats to make it a 4-0 ball game here to start things off in the top of the first. 3-run ball game. Sorry, 3 runs came in. So that's a double there. Yeah, that was a bases clearing double. So that brings the total to 5-0 to start here for the Lady Wildcats. Meeting on the mound has been adjourned. Still 2 outs. I'll bring up Regan Frakes. Metcalf trying to find a way to get out of this. She's ready at the pitch. Just outside, ball 1. So after that bases clearing double out there to right center field, Burks is over there at second base. Frakes in the right-hander batter's box. She's ready. Swung on, chopped foul. Frakes trying to keep the line moving. Find a way to get on base, possibly even drive in Burks to make it a 6-run inning to start things off. Here's the pitch. That one's down. I'll bring the count to 2-1. Metcalf ready. 2-1 pitch. Just outside, ball 3. Ball gets away, and that will allow Burks to move over to third base, 90 feet away from, I say 90 feet away. I'm so used to baseball. Oh, is softball still 90 feet? It's 60 feet. It is 60 feet. So 60 feet away. Burks over there for would be the 6th run of the inning. There's a pitch. That one's down, and that is another walk. So Frakes makes her way down to first base. That will bring back up Maddie Dollar. She walked her first time up.
With 2 down, runners on the corners coming to the plate. Third baseman, Maddie Dollar.
So runners on the corner here. First and third. Still 2 outs. Tullahoma just needs 1 more out to get out of this, what right now is a 5-run inning to start things off. Dollar in the left-hander batter's box. She is ready at the pitch. In there for a strike. A 1 pitch. Just down, 1-1. Again, Maddie walked her first time. Now she's up for her second time this first inning. Pitches up and away for another ball that is now 2-1. Metcalf finding it hard to get a strike, at least one that is not hitting the gap, hit over to the wall. Here's the pitch. Inside. Ball 3. A couple of tough plays out there in right field to start things off. That's how the Lady Wildcats had a triple and a single that drove in some runs to start things off. That sun a little brutal out there in right field. Here's a pitch. Just down. There's another walk for $1. So 2 plate appearances, 2 walks for Maddie. And now I'll bring back up Lainey Kate King.
And that comes to the plate. Your shortstop, Lainey Kate King.
She's the one that tripled, like I was talking about over there in right field. Tripled and drove in the first run of the ball game. 2 outs still. Here's a pitch. Swung on. That's going to get down into short right field. That's going to bring run home. Here's a second run coming across the plate. And they'll be holed up at third. Over there at third is going to be held up is Maddie Dollar. So King with a RBI triple. Now a 2 RBI double.
He winds up with a 2 RBI double.
And that brings the Wildcat lead immediately up to 7-0. Still with 2 outs. Hagan back in the batter's box. She's pitching but has yet to throw a pitch so far this game. First one from Metcalf is up high, ball 1. So Hagan trying to help herself out again. She's already got a 7-run lead. Looking for more. Metcalf in the circle. She pitches. Swung on. That's fouled back over our shoulder here. That brings the count to 1-1. Hagan had the RBI single. That drove King home in the first, or early on in the first. Swing, popped up, foul ground, and that is actually a fair ball. Looks like it was a fair ball, but just barely in. It's kind of tough to tell from our vantage point over here. But she helps herself out again. There's another single. And that brought in 2 runs. So now that brings the Wildcat lead to 9-0. And second back up in the batter's box, Giselle Maldonado. She grounded out to the pitcher last time. First pitch up over the catcher for ball 1. And that will bring Sarah Morrison, who's the courtesy runner, down to second on the wild pitch. Maldonado digs in, 1-0 pitch. Just inside, ball 2. That one didn't miss by much. In there, strike. 2-1. Maldonado looking to get in the action in the hit column. Here's a pitch. Swung on. There it is. Up the middle for a base hit. That will bring Morrison around third. She will score, and that is a 10-run first inning here for the Lady Wildcats from Lawrence County. So just like that, Maldonado gets in the hit column with that RBI single.
Maldonado gets an RBI single. Now coming to the plate, your designated player, Ashlyn Sublett.
I'll bring up Sublett. She was hit by a pitch her first time up. Over there at first, running now is number 2, Aubrey Dollar. First pitch is up and away for a ball, 1-0. 10 runs to start this inning. And there's still just 2 outs. Swung on, over to short, over to first. That one's misplaced. I should say misplayed, not misplaced. So that will allow Aubrey to move over there to third base. And that will be an error.
Sublett gets herself on base. Now runners on the corners again. That'll bring to the plate. Your left
That'll be an
fielder,
E6. So I'll bring up Callie Brown. She singled her last time up. First pitch to her. In there, strike 1. And 2 outs. The only out so far, a 1-3 put out from Maldonado to start things, or I should say from the earlier part of the first inning, not necessarily to start things, and then the second out came on a stolen base attempt by Sarah Morrison. But here we are, 10 runs already in, still 2 outs, now an 0-2 pitch upcoming here for Avonlea Metcalf. Here it is. Bounces in front of the plate. That is a ball. No one coming in from third, so she'll toss it back to the pitcher. Now bring the count to 1-2. Metcalf ready. Here's the pitch. Swung on. In, out of the reach of the third baseman into left field. That's another single. And that brings in Aubrey Dollar for the 11th run of the inning. That is right, the 11th run.
Brown comes through with a base hit and an RBI. Now come to play the center fielder, number 8, Lily Lloyd.
I'll bring up Lily Lloyd. She singled her first time up as well. Swung on, chopper over to the third. Should be an easy play over to first. And gets her for the third out finally for the Tullahoma Wildcats. Well, that was a heck of an inning there for the Lady Wildcats. Your score going to the bottom of the first. It is 11-0 Lawrence County.
'Cause when I cross that county line, just off Highway 49, it all makes perfect sense. Man, I live for this.
Let me tell you about a place that has it all for your home, bedroom, kitchen, lawn, and more. It's a home-owned and home-operated business that's been around for over 70 years, so you know they're doing something right. At Swap and Shop Center in Lawrenceburg, you'll find top name brands for every room of your house, and top brands for the outside too. Looking for appliances, televisions, couches, safes, bedding, mowers, and well, the list goes on. So make the drive today to 824 North Military Avenue in Lawrenceburg and be treated right.
Are you looking for a non-factory job environment? Livingstone Freight Solutions is a 3PL company that began managing warehouses in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. With our multiple shifts and experienced management team, our goal is to give you as an employee a safe family work environment and competitive wages. We offer a wide variety of employment opportunities from forklift drivers to management level positions. We also strive to offer a competitive benefit package and PTO options. For more information or to apply, visit us at livingstonefs.com or give us a call at 931-269-3255.
And welcome back to Tullahoma, Tennessee. Yes, don't let that score deceive you. That is correct. It is 11-0 Lady Wildcats. Heading to the bottom of the first here.
For the Lady Cats, the catcher, number 9, Kylie O.
So, after 2 at-bats already for Elizabeth Hagan, she is now on the mound finally, or in the circle, I should say. And she is ready to have her first pitch of the ball game. Here it is, just outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. Wildcats in the top of the first had 9 hits. Had a triple, a double, another double, and a handful of singles. 1-1, down, 2-1. Kylie Holt here for Tullahoma, the lefty digging in the left-hander batter's box. 2-1 pitch. Swung on, missed. Strike 2. Hagan on the mound in the circle. Getting her pitch call. She is ready. Wind up and the pitch. Swung on and fouled right over there towards the third base dugout. So Holt staying alive here with 2 strikes. It is a little breezy today. The wind is blowing out, so anything that does get hit out there will carry. 2-2 pitches high, 3-2. We saw that have an impact on some of the hits out there towards right field in the top of the first. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled. Over there in the third base dugout. Actually got in the doorway. Hope everybody's all right over there. Looked like it ricocheted a little bit. So 3-2. Here's a pitch. Just down, ball 4. And the leadoff batter is on here for Tullahoma. They'll bring up number 00, Addie Norman. So Tullahoma, a long way to go, but they've got the leadoff batter on base. Here's a pitch. Swung on, check swing, over to third, flip over to first, and that is the first out of the inning on the 5-3 putout. So Holt moves over to second base. That'll bring up the shortstop, Maddie Goad.
Norman grounds out. Now the runner at second, stepping to the plate. The shortstop, number 11.
So Tullahoma, runner in scoring position here, down 11. 1 out. First pitch swung on and missed to Goad. Strike 1. Hagan getting the pitch call. She's ready for the 0-1 pitch. Here it is. Just down, ball 1. Sun's still in full force out there in the outfield. Anything hit specifically out towards center and center and right could cause some problems with the sun. Here's a pitch, just up and outside for another ball. 2-1. Saw the sun play some influence over in right field in that top of the first, so still in play out there until that Sun goes behind the school out here in Tullahoma. Here's a pitch. Swung on, chopper. Misplayed over there at third. That was a hard one to get. Runner around second, or excuse me, around third. Runner to second is what I was going to say. That is a double, and that will bring Holton to score. So now it is a 11-1 ball game.
Maddie drills one down the third base line. Gets herself an RBI.
So now coming up to the plate, designated player tonight for the Tullahoma Wildcats, Caitlin Gaddis. So 1 out. Goad over at second. First pitch to Gaddis is up and away, ball 1. Hagan ready, and the pitch just down. Ball 2. That one did not miss by much. After Gaddis is the pitcher Metcalf. That one fouled off for strike 1. Two-one pitch. Here it comes. Swung on, popped up, over in foul territory, and that bounces and hits the left field fence for a foul ball. So 2-2 now. Will be coming up for Caitlin Gaddis here in the bottom of the first. And here is that 2-2 pitch. Swung on just beside the plate, and that is in foul territory for another foul ball. I'll keep the count here at 2-2. One out in the inning. Runner at second for Tullahoma. Here's the pitch. Swung on over to third. Tough play. Good play over there at third base. Swing over to the first, and that is the second out of the inning. Good play over there by Maddie Dollar in the hot corner. So that is a 5-3 put out for Gaddis. So that is now the second out of the inning, and that will bring up the pitcher, Avonlea Metcalf. Metcalf in the left-hander's batter's box. Pitch down for a ball, 1-0. Goad still over there at second thanks to that play over there at third base. Kept her from moving up 60 feet. Here's the pitch. Just outside, ball 2. So far this inning for Tullahoma, a walk, 5-3 put out, a double, and another 5-3 put out. Pitch in there for a strike. I'll bring it to 2-1. Two outs, 2-1 pitch. Here it is. Swung on, chopped, foul.
4 members, 3-6. Tullahoma 7. Cookville yet to score.
So now, all twos on the scoreboard here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hagan with the pitch. In there! Strike 3 called, and that will end the inning here in the bottom of the first. Tullahoma Wildcats get 1. They're on the scoreboard here. It's 11-1 as we head to the top of the second. You're watching Lady Wildcat softball here on the Exports Network.
really matters during the ball game. We're at that point in the season where some are just beginning, some have already ended, and others are at that point where it's either win or go home. Depending on what your perspective is, it changes everything, doesn't it? In 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 18, we're reminded we don't look at the things that are seen, but at the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are temporary, but the things that are unseen are eternal. Keep your focus, keep your perspective on the right things, the things of God, the eternal things. And that message brought to you by your friends at the Tullahoma Church of Christ.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to Tullahoma. New pitcher in for the Tullahoma Wildcats, Maya Sharp. She moves from first base over to the pitcher circle. 11-run first inning. You heard me right. 11-run first inning for Lawrence County. And they're coming up in the top of the second looking for more here. So first up for the Wildcats is Libby Burks. Libby, her first time up, she hit a double. So now she is looking for another one to add on, maybe something else. First pitch in for a strike. If there is one player who could be in play for a cycle potential, so far that's King. Pop up over there to left field. And that is caught out there by Aaliyah Raby, I should say. So that is a put out over there at left field. I'll bring up Reagan Burks, or it's going to be Frakes. She walked her first time, so one out here in the top of the second. Swung on foul over there by the third base coaching box. So Metcalf started on, or in the pitching circle for Tullahoma. She has now been relieved. And again, Amaya Sharp is now in the pitcher circle. Here's her pitch, 0-1. In there, strike two. So 0-2 pitch coming up here for Reagan. Here it is. Just outside, good eye. Ball one. One out here in the top of the second. Pitch swung on, lined over there to left field, but right at the left fielder, Raby. So 2 up, 2 down here. Both outs recorded by the left fielder. So that will bring the lineup back up to the top again with Maddie Dollar. Maddie, technically still 0-0 for the day with 2 walks. So she's looking to get in the hit column. Here's a pitch, swung on, back up to the pitcher, over to first, and she is out by just a half a step. So 3 up, 3 down for Lawrence County here in the top of the second. Your score is still 11-1. Tullahoma coming up here in the bottom of the second. You're watching Lady Wildcat softball here on the X Sports Network.
Old School Rentals in Loretto, Tennessee is your headquarters for all your rental equipment needs. Are you in need of a trailer? How about a saw, tools, loaders, or even generator? Now meeting all your propane needs as well. You can find everything you need to complete your project and much more down at Old School Rentals in Loretto. Go by and let owner Ryan Smith help you today. That's Old School Rentals on North Main Street in Loretto, Tennessee.
Got a dent, a ding, a scratch, or a bent fender? Major or minor, Car Country Collision Center in Leoma can fix you up. Car Country works with all insurance carriers, gives free estimates, can work on foreign and domestic vehicles, and has experience you can trust. They've been in business since 1990. Unfortunately, accidents happen, but you can get your car back on the road with as little hassle as possible with the help of Car Country. Call 931-852-4708 or stop by at 2567 Highway 43 South in Leoma.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to Tullahoma, Tennessee. Taylor Plott here, along with Kevin Wright. It's 11-1 in favor of your Lawrence County Wildcats. So leading off here in the bottom of the second inning for Tullahoma is number 30, Brinley Gilliam. So she steps in here in the right-hander's batter's box, looking to get things going for Tullahoma. Swung on a foul back for strike one. Here's a pitch by Hagan. Swung on. It was down a little bit. Still swung at it. Now 0-2. Sun beginning to set now, so shadows are a little more in play. We'll see if that has any impact. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Down on in, ball one. Gilliam digs back in for Tullahoma. Here's 1-2. High, ball two. Got past the catcher, Maldonado. But no harm done, no base runners on. Ready for play. Here's a 2-2. Swung on, line drive, caught over there by the shortstop, Laney Kate King. Great play over there at short for the first out of the second. Great play over there by Laney Kate. She had to jump up and make a nice play on that ball as it was hit extremely hard over there at short. First pitch is a ball to A.C. Holloway. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on over to third. Good play. Flip over to first for your second out. So line drive to short and a 5-3 put out. And that will bring up the second baseman, Ellie Simpson.
AC grounds out. With 2 down, come to the plate. Your second baseman, number 7, Ellie Simpson.
So 2 outs now for Tullahoma. Hagan winds and delivers. Just missed, ball one. Tullahoma still trying to get things going. They had promise early on in the bottom of the first, but that only alluded to 1 run in the end. That pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. And this inning, so far 2 up, 2 down for Tullahoma. Hagan winds and delivers. Outside, ball 2. Ellie Simpson here at the plate for Tullahoma. Here's a pitch. Swung on. Chopper over there to second. Good play. Flip over to first. And that will be the third out of the inning. So after a 3-up, 3-down, it is still 11-1 Lawrence County as we head to the top of the third. You're watching Lawrence County softball here on the X Sports Network.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to Tullahoma. Taylor Plott here along with Kevin Wright. It is now the bottom of the third inning. Your score, Lawrence County 11, Tullahoma 1. In that first inning, it was to say a very productive inning might even be an understatement. Things started off with a walk by Dollar, then a RBI triple by King, another RBI single by Hagan. Maldonado grounded out 1-3. Sublett was hit by a pitch. Brown singled, Lloyd singled, Burks doubled. Frakes walked. Dollar came back up with a walk. There's another double, a single, an error. It was everything happened in that top of the first. But here we are. Here's a pitch. Swung on. In the top of the third. Yeah, this is the top of the third, not the bottom of the third. That's what I was thinking. First or second pitch there, in for a strike. So much scoring going on, we're almost getting confused on what inning it is. That was the 0-2 pitch that missed. Ball one. Is Laney Kate up the plate. She had an RBI triple. She had an RBI double. Just needs a single and a homer to complete the cycle today. Swung on. That has promise over to center field. That's going to be out for a home run. Just got over the fence. Cycle very much in play here for Laney Kate King. All she needs is a single. And that will bring your score now to 12-1 in favor of your Lady Wildcats. Talk about that wind earlier. It's carrying out there in the outfield. And that definitely showed it there. That one looked like it was probably going to hit off the wall and just kept going and going and going and got out of here. I'll bring up the pitcher.
Number 18, Elizabeth Hagan.
Elizabeth Hagan back up to the plate. She has definitely helped herself out today with RBI single and a 2 RBI single. First pitch, up and away, ball one. One 0. Down 2-0. Maya Sharp in there in the circle. She pitches up and away. Ball 3, so quickly a 3-0 count after the home run by King. Hagan already 2-2 for the day, looking for more. Pitch is down for a walk. So that'll put Hagan over there at first base, and that'll bring up Giselle Maldonado.
Comes in for her, and that brings her to the plate.
So Sarah Morrison back over there at first base, courtesy running for the pitcher. Maldonado stepping in to the batter's box here with nobody out. 12-1 ball game. Bunt shown, taken back in there for a strike. Morrison over there down at second, throw down, got behind her, so she's in for a stolen base. She is 1 for 2 on stolen base attempts so far today. Got caught stealing the first time. Here's the pitch. Swung on, missed. Strike 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. In there, called strike 3. Good pitch over there by Amaya Sharp.
Maldonado goes down looking.
So I'll bring up Ashlyn Sublett. She was hit by a pitch and reached first on an error by the shortstop in that first inning. First pitch her, swung on over there third. Runner goes over to third. Throw over to first. And Sublett is down for the second out here on a 5-3 putout, but that does move the runner, Sarah Morrison, over there to third base.
With 2 down, coming to the plate. The left fielder, number 13, Callie Brown.
So I'll bring up Callie Brown. She is 2 for 2 on the evening with 2 singles. Here's a pitch to her. Swung on, miss, strike 1. Sarah Morrison over there at third base. She represents the 13th run of the game. Pitch swung on. There's a pitch down. That'll bring the count to 0-2 with 2 outs. Callie looking to stay perfect in the hit column today. Here's the 0-2. Swung on. Dribbler over there to second. Quick flip over to first, and that will end the top of the third. Yes, the top of the third. 1 run on a home run. That brings the score to 12-1. We go to the bottom of the third here in Tullahoma. Tullahoma Wildcats looking to get something going here. You're watching Lady Wildcat softball here on the X Sports Network.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
Welcome to Employee Resources Credit Union, where you're more than just a number, you're family. We provide financial solutions that rise above those of traditional banks. With roots stretching back to 1964, we've served 4 generations during constant industry changes. We're known for our low fees and incredible rates. Join us and experience the credit union difference. ERCU, not for profit, for service.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcat softball. Big lead here for Lawrence County going to the bottom of the third here. It is 12-1 in favor of the good guys. So leading off here in the bottom of the third Maya Sharp comes up to the plate. This is her first plate appearance for the ball game. She is now on the mound. She started over there at first base. Pitch by Hagan. Just down, ball 1. Sharp came in to relieve Metcalf earlier in this game. She's done a good job. She's only allowed 1 run so far and 2 innings pitched. Swung, missed. 1-1. Elizabeth Hagan on the mound. Here's a pitch. Swung on. Chopper over to third base. Over to first. And just out of reach. Just a little too tall of a throw there. And that will be an error that will allow Sharp to get over there at first base. That's E5 over there by Maddie.
Number 25, Maggie Lynch. Now coming to the plate, the catcher, number 9, Kylie.
So this will flip the lineup back up to the top. Kylie Holt for Tullahoma. First pitch to her. Outside, ball 1, throw back to first. And safe over there. Margaret Lynch is the pinch runner over there at first base. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on over to short, double play potential. Flip over to second for 1, and on to first, not in time. So they get the force out over there at second. That will bring Norman to the plate. So 1 out. Force play over there at second, so that will keep the base runners for Tullahoma at first. As Addie Norman comes to the plate here. Pitch, runner goes, throw down to second, and just got under the throw. Just under the glove there. That was a good throw by Giselle. So runner at second now with 1 out, and it is a 1-0 count for Norman at the plate. First in there, pitches in there for a ball. So 2-0, runner at second here. Here in the bottom of the third, pitch is in there for a strike. 2-1. Pitch. Swung on into left field for a base hit. Runner stops at third base. So that will be runners on the corner here for Tullahoma. They're trying to add on to their 1 run of the ball game as Maddie Goad comes up to the plate. She hit a double last time. So the runner over there at third is Holt. Norman over there at first base. Hagan in the mound. On the mound. That pitch is up and away. Nobody's coming, though. But the runner at first does go down to second, so now they got 2 runners in scoring position here. On that wild pitch. Pitch in there, fouled. Off her foot. Bring the count to 1-1. 1 run so far for Tullahoma, but they're in position to get more here in the bottom of the third. Here's a pitch. Swung on over there short, misplayed into left field. That'll bring 1 run in. Around third, here comes the other one, and she is also safe at a close play there at home plate. So 2-runner score on that RBI double by Goad. She now has 2 doubles on the day, and that now brings the score to 12-4 here in the bottom of the third as number 20, Caitlin Gaddis, comes up to the plate for Tullahoma. So Hagan in a little bit of trouble here. 1 out. Runner at second. 2 runs already in the inning. Swung on, fouled back for 0-1. Couple of solid hits by Tullahoma this inning, just out of the reach of the Lady Wildcat players. Here's a dribbler over there to third. Quick throw over to first for the second out. So Gaddis back-to-back 5-3 putouts on her night.
KG grounds out.
This will bring up Ivanly Metcalf. She struck out looking her first time up. Hagan ready in the pitcher circle. She pitches. Swung on, fouled over the third base dugout for strike 1. Hagan looking to get out of this inning with minimal damage. Here's pitch. Just inside, ball 1. Not sure why the scoreboard out in right field shows 2 runs in the inning. I think that was 3. Swing over. Good play over there by Maddie at third. Flip over to first for the third out. And that will end the bottom of the third here for Tullahoma. We head to the top of the fourth. Good guys on top as you're watching Lady Wildcat softball here on the X-Sports Network.
Hey Lawrenceburg, looking for something new? Come to Happy G's, located at 210 East Gaines Street. We have pitching machines, batting cages, and even indoor golf. Powered by TrackMan, our system is perfect for practice or play. With over 300 courses as well as multiple mini games, it is perfect for all ages and abilities. We even offer packages for group events such as birthday parties and business lunches. So let's go! Come get your game on indoors at Happy G's.
Cell phone plans at an affordable price? Only at LE Wireless. When they say wireless for all, they mean it. With yearly plans as low as $5 per month, they say it's the best $60 you'll spend on unlimited talk and text. Ask about their monthly and family plans. They will succeed in meeting your needs at a price you'll love. And no need to go elsewhere for accessories. Already a customer? Their referral program can put even more money in your pocket at LE Wireless, located at 300 Ellingson Street in Lawrenceburg. Call today and ask about their free phone promotion.
This is the X Sports Network.
And we'll go back to Tullahoma. It was a 2-run inning for Tullahoma, so that is a 12-3 ball game. That score is correct as we head to the top of the fourth. Lily Lloyd stepping into the left-hander's batter's box. Amaya Sharp still on there in the pitcher circle for Tullahoma. She's done pretty well to shut things down after that 11-run first inning. Here's a pitch. Swung on, foul, back, strike 1. Lily had a single her first time up, then grounded out to third her next at bat. Sharp getting her pitch call. Here it is. Down for a ball, 1-1. Evanly Metcalf started the game. She's now over at first base. Sharp was at first base. Now she's in the pitcher circle. Foul back. Strike 2. Wind's calmed down a little bit. It was blowing out. Now that the sun's going down, the wind's starting to calm down just a tad. Here's the pitch. Slow pitch in there for a ball. 2-2. Wind was helping to carry the balls that were hit out to the outfield earlier, specifically center and right. That actually helped the home run by King last inning. Here's a 2-2 that is down for a ball. 3-2. Three-two. Swung on, chopped down the first base line. That will roll foul. So still a full count here for Lily Lloyd. Sharp got the pitch she wants. Here it is. Outside, ball 4. And leadoff is once again on board for the Wildcats.
Get this, use the free pass to first base.
I'll bring up Libby Burks. Libby doubled her first at bat, then flew out to left field, her second. Here's a pitch, swung on, missed, down. Runner over there to second base. That throw is late. And Lily's down there at second base. So runner in scoring position already here for Libby. Here's pitch. Caught the outside corner. 0-2. Libby trying to stay alive here with 2 strikes. Here's a pitch. Just outside, ball 1. And here's a 1-2 pitch. In there, called strike 3. And that is the first out of the inning.
Burks goes down looking.
Let's bring up Regan Frakes.
With one down, come to the plate, your first baseman, number 4, Regan Frakes.
Regan walked and lined to left in her 2 at-bats today. First pitch is up and away for a ball. One out here at the top of the 4th. Here's a pitch. Just down. Ball 2. That was a big lead out there at second by Lily Lloyd. Might have tried to get a third down. She was in position to go to third if that was the case. 3-0 now on Frakes. Amaya Sharp pitches. In there for a strike, 3-1. Three-one pitch. Swung on, popped up. Over there between second and right, and the right fielder grabs it for the second out. That was A.C. Holloway over there in right field for Tullahoma.
Right sits the proverbial can of corn.
So Frakes flies out to right field. That will bring up the leadoff hitter, Maddie Dollar. Maddie has walked twice and then hit back to the pitcher for a 1-3 putout. So technically she is 0-1 for the night. Shows bunt, takes it back for a ball, throw down to third. Runner is there, and pitch was down in the ground, or throw was down in the ground, not in time. So Lily Lloyd steals third over there, so now she is 60 feet away from becoming that 13th run. Pitch was a ball, so that is a 1-0 count here for Maddie. Now 2-0. Sharp in the circle, pitches. Swung on, dribbler over to third. Tough play over to first. Not in time, and that scores Lily Lloyd. And now is a 13-3 ball game in favor of your Lawrence County Wildcats. So that is a infield single. So Maddie's now in the hit column. She is 1 for 2 on the night. So that'll bring up the shortstop, Lainey Kate King. She is just a single away from the cycle. Started off with an RBI triple, then a 2 RBI double, and hit a home run. So just needs that single to record the cycle. Here's a pitch. Bunt shown, taken back, throw down to second is not in time as Maddie Dollar steals second down there. It's a 1-0 count now for King. (13-3) your ball game, top 4 here in Tullahoma. Here's a pitch. Nice off-speed pitch there by Sharp. That fooled King. That is now a 1-1 count. There's a very nice pitch there. She's ready, 1-1. Swung on, dribbled over to first, and that'll be easy out over there by the first baseman, Metcalf, and that will end the top of the 4th here for your Lady Wildcats. They add one more run. It is now 13-3. You're watching Lady Wildcat softball here on the X Sports Network.
My name is Ben Emerson. I'm the youth pastor at Mars Hill Baptist Church. Teenagers, here's the truth for you. God designed us for community. From the very beginning, He said it's not good for us to be alone. Yet in today's world, it's easy to isolate ourselves. Social media, busy schedules, even a fear of rejection can keep us from forming real connections. But God calls us to do something greater. He wants us to be part of a community that reflects His love. Here's why community matters. Number 1, encouragement. Life gets tough, and when we surround ourselves with people who love Jesus, we find strength and support during difficult times. The second thing is accountability. The right friends will challenge us to live according to God's truth, even when it's hard. And number 3, purpose. God often speaks through people, and being in a Christ-centered community helps us discover our gifts and how we can serve others. Think about the people in your life. Are you a part of a Christ-centered community? And if not, ask God to help you find one. We'd love to have you at Mars Hill Baptist because you were never meant to do life alone.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to Tullahoma, Tennessee. Your Lady Cats have a 10-run lead here as we head to the bottom of the 4th. 13-3. Elizabeth Hagan still on the mound for the Lady Cats. First up here for Tullahoma is a third baseman, Brinley Gilliam. She lined to short her last time out by a great play over there by Lainey Kate King. First pitch in there for a strike on 1. Here's a pitch by Hagan. Down for a ball, 1-1. Not a cloud in the sky. Perfect evening here for some softball. Pitch up and away for a ball 2-1. Getting a little bit chilly, not too bad. Might be getting close to either grabbing a blanket or putting a jacket on. 2-1 pitch. Back up the middle. Over to short. Throw over to first in time for the first out. Good play over there by King to record the first out of the bottom of the fourth. So after a 6-3 putout, that'll bring up AC Holloway. She grounded to third her first time up.
With one down, stepping to the plate, the right fielder, number 4, AC Holloway.
So things running out of time a little bit. So it's a 10-run lead. First pitch to Holloway is in there for a strike. Or excuse me, for outside for a ball. 1-0. Run rule is 10 after 5. So for Tullahoma, they'll need to scratch a run here or in the bottom of the 5th, depending on how the scoring goes for the Lady Wildcats in the top of the 5th. That is another ball down there, 2-0. Hagan getting her pitch selection. Here it is. In there for a strike. Good pitch. 2-1. On deck is Ellie Simpson for Tullahoma. Swung on, fouled. That's going to be out of play. Count goes to 2-2. Ellie Simpson on deck for the Tullahoma Wildcats. She is also yet to be in the hit column. She grounded out to second her first time up. Hagan back on the rubber. And here's a pitch. Swung on, miss. Strike 3 for the second out of the inning. Good pitch there by Elizabeth Hagan. So like I said, that will bring up Ellie Simpson. She's was on deck. Now she's making her way to the right-hander batter's box. So she's looking for her first hit of the night. Hagan in the windup and the pitch. First pitch outside, ball 1. Two outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Tullahoma needs to try to scratch across a run to avoid that run rule. Here's a pitch. Up and away, ball 2. Lawrence County got the scoring going tonight right away in that top of the 1st with 11 runs. Off of, I believe I counted, that was 8 hits. Quick mound visit by the Lawrence County coach, and now Hagan back in the circle, getting her pitch call. Simpson getting back into the batter's box for Tullahoma, and the umpire says we're ready for play. Here's the pitch. Just outside, ball 3. That one didn't miss by much. Hagan wanting to have that 1-2-3 inning. Here's a pitch. Outside, ball 4. And Simpson will make her way down to first base. So after the walk, first base runner on board for Tullahoma this inning. That will now bring up Amaya Sharp. She started the night at first base, and now she's in the pitcher circle for Tullahoma. Pitch is in there by Hagan for a strike. 0-1. Sharp reached first base on an E5. Error over there at third base for her first at bat. Here's a pitch. Outside, throw back at the first. Almost got her leaning over there, but she is back safe. 1-1 count now. Just pitch. In there for a strike. 1-2. So Hagen just a strike away from getting out of the bottom of the fourth. She is ready now. Wind up. And the pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2-2 on the way. Swung on, back to the pitcher. Easy throw over to first. And Hagen helps herself out there with the 1-3 putout. And that ends things here in the bottom of the fourth. No runs on no hits here for Tullahoma in the bottom of the fourth. We head to the top of the fifth. 13-3 is your score. You're watching Lawrence County Softball here on the X Sports Network.
The Summit of Lawrenceburg is the premier senior and assisted living community in the region. The Summit makes it home for you or your loved one with diverse suites that welcome and encourage community, plus gathering spaces, neighborhoods, daily activities, and a wonderful staff that supports you every day.
Hi, I'm Tara Blue. I'm the new director of the Summit, and we would like to invite you and your family to come and tour our facility. We would love to see you here.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
A one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back. Softball action here in Tullahoma. Lawrence County on top 13-3 as we head to the top of the fifth. Run rule will be in effect if Tullahoma cannot either scratch off a run in the bottom of the fifth. If Lawrence County doesn't score this half inning, or they'll have to add more runs to counter that 10-run deficit. We'll see here as Hagen steps to the plate here for the Wildcats. Here's a pitch to her. Just high, ball 1. Amaya Sharp still in the circle there for Tullahoma. That pitch almost rolls along the ground for now a 2-0 count. In there for a strike, 2-1. Sharp for Tullahoma has done a good job at keeping the Lady Cats at bay after that 11-run inning. They've only managed to get 2 more across here in the ball game. That pitch misses, 3-1. Here's a 3-1 pitch. In there, called strike, full count. Caught the outside corner. Good pitch there by Sharp. Top 5. Nobody out. Full count pitch. Here it is. Swung on. Just missed the third base bag. That was close to being a fair ball, but that is foul. Long strike there for Hagen. So things stay full here. Hagen looking to continue the hitting way. She's had 2 singles, both of them with RBIs, and then walked. That is swung on, strike 3. Ball gets away from the catcher. Over to first. That is misplayed over there by the first baseman, Metcalf, and that will allow Hagan to have a strikeout, but allow herself to get on base there.
Hagan gets herself on base.
So strikeout single.
Catcher, number 15, Giselle Maldonado.
As the throw down from the catcher, Holt, was a little off target. So that will bring up Giselle Maldonado. Pitch, bunt shown, taken away. Throw down to second as the runner went. Not in time. Sarah Morrison gets another stolen base. Maldonado does have an RBI single on the night. She is currently 1 for 3, looking to go 2 for 4. Here's pitch. That one misses again, 2-0. Wildcats trying to add on to a 10-run lead. Pitch. Up and out for a foul. I'll bring the count to 2-1. Two-1 by Sharp. Here it is. Swung on over there at third. Throw over to first. And that one is misplayed over by the first baseman. And that will allow Sarah Morrison to come around third and score to add on to that lead. It is now 14-3 off of that error over there at third base by Gilliam.
Maldonado gets herself on base and gets herself an RBI.
So that'll bring up number 27, Ashlyn Sublett, the designated player tonight.
Ashlyn Sublett.
Stay hot, Ash.
Sharp looking into the third base dugout. Gets her pitch call over there by the pitching coach. And here it is. In there, strike 1. So now it's a 11-run lead with no outs here in the top of the 5th. So Tullahoma will have to manage 12 runs. I say 12 runs to take the lead. 11 runs to take, 12 runs to take the lead. That pitch is in there, 1-1. But in order to continue, that pitch is in there, 1-2. They'll need 2 runs in the bottom of the 10th to break that 10-run rule. One, two. Swung on, line drive over to left field. That is down for a hit. Over to second for a quick throw, and is not in time. And now you've got runners at first and second after a nice piece of hitting there by Sublett with a single. That will move Aubrey Dollar, who's pinch or Kersey running over there for the catcher. She is now at second. So coming up is number 21, Audrey Lovell.
Now come to the plate. Number 21, Audrey Lovell. Lovell now batting.
So Lovell coming into the game. No outs. Runner in scoring position again. 14-3 ball game. Here's a pitch. In there for a strike on 1. Swung on, missed. Foul tipped, actually. Strike 2. So level coming in for Brown. Oh-2 pitch. Here it is. Swung on. Out there. Caught by the center fielder for the first out of the top of the 5th.
Well, flies out to Eddie Norman in center field. With one down, come to the plate.
So now we'll have number 24, Hadley Patterson. She's coming in for Lily Lloyd. So getting some substitutions now for the Lady Cats here in the top of the 5th. 14-3 is your score. It looks like we're getting a pinch runner over there. Kind of listen to the umpire and the coach doing the substitutions over here. So Ashlyn Sublett over there at first will be removed. Patterson at the plate. First pitch swung on and drilled, but that is way foul. Down third base line.
Also entering the lineup for number 27 is number 5, Bella Grace Walker.
So Bella Grace Walker is over there at first base now. Running for Sublett. Here's the pitch. That one's high. Ball 1. It is 1-1, your count. Shows 0-2 on the scoreboard out in right field. One. Swung on. Good cut. Just missed. Just a foul tip. That is now a 1-2 count for Hadley Patterson. Two outs. 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Swung on over there. Third. That gets through for a base hit. Coming around third and heading back is Aubrey Dollar. So now the bases are loaded there by a nice piece of hitting by Hadley Patterson. So that'll bring up the right fielder, Libby Burks. She comes to the plate with a double and a fly out to left and a strikeout looking.
Gets herself a base knock. That loads the bases up for the right fielder, number 6, Libby Burks.
So Libby stepping up to the plate for the Lady Cats. Bases full of Lady Wildcats. As Libby's looking to add on to the Wildcat lead here in the top of the 5th. Here's a pitch. Swung on. Dropped over there by short. Flip over to third. Is in time for the force play over there, but this run does score, so that makes it a 15-3 ball game. As Libby makes her way down to first base on the fielder's choice. So that was a 6-5 put out.
Now come to the plate, your first baseman, Reagan Frakes.
So Reagan Frakes comes to the plate now. She flew out to right field her last time up. Here's a pitch. That one's down in the dirt for a ball. 1-0, so 2 outs now. 15-3 ball game. Tullahoma coming up. We'll have to have 3 runs in order to keep this ball game going. Here's a pitch. Swung on, chopped over to third, over the third baseman's head. Around third is Hadley Patterson, and she is in for another run. So now it's a 16-3 ball game in favor of your Lady Cats. So good piece of hitting there by Frakes as she gets a chopper over the third baseman. Brinley Gilliam over there for Tullahoma. So runners at second and first. And that will bring us back to the top of the lineup with Maddie Dollar. It looks like we're getting another substitution here.
Folks, I want to remind you, we're giving a half a pig away. Tickets for sale over the concession stand, so rush on over and grab you one. Everybody use some extra bacon.
It looks like there's not a substitution going on. So Frakes remains there over at first, with Maddie Dollar stepping in to the plate here with 2 outs. Pitch by Sharp. Swung on a miss, strike one. Here's the 0-1. Just high. Ball one. Burks at second. Frakes at first. Maddie Dollar at the plate for Lawrence County. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, back to the pitcher. Throw over to first is in time, and that will end the top of the fifth, but another productive inning there for the Lady Cats. They get 3 runs, make it a 16-3 ball game. Here's the final call for the Tullahoma Wildcats as they come up. They'll need 4 to continue this ball game. You're watching Lawrence County Wildcat Softball here on the X Sports Network.
For the best meal from south of the border, head to Cocina Real and Puente Grande for lunch and dinner. With a wide array of mouth-watering entrees, there's something for everyone on the menu. And you can't forget the cheese dip. They'll treat you like family, and you'll never leave hungry. Make Cocina Real Mexican Restaurant and Puente Grande Mexican Restaurant your choice for authentic cuisine, located in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
At Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, we're proud to be locally owned and operated because we're not just a bank, we're family. When you call, you'll be greeted by a friendly representative who's ready to discuss your banking needs, as well as offer our competitive rates on CDs and money market accounts. Our loan decisions are made in-house and never sold to a secondary market because our commitment is simple. You matter to us. At Lawrenceburg Federal, we offer all the conveniences of larger banks with a personal touch. Join us at Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, where community, trust, and service come together.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to the X Sports Network. Taylor Plott here along with Kevin Wright, the fantastic director over here to my left. 16-3 is your score in favor of the Lawrence County Lady Cats. Tullahoma coming up, final call. They will need to score 4 here in the bottom of the fifth in order to keep things going, or it will be a run rule game here in the fifth inning. Hagan still on the mound for the Lady Cats. Here's the pitch. First pitch swung on, foul back, strike one. Hagan pitching a fantastic ball game. Had a little bit of trouble in the bottom of the third, but got out of it with just 2 runs scored. Here's the 0-1. That missed just high and inside, ball one. Up to the plate here for Tullahoma. Top of the lineup, number 9, Kaylee Holt. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Down away, ball 2. So to start off the bottom of the fifth, it is Holt, Norman, and Goad here for the Tullahoma Wildcats, as they will try to get things started here. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Down, ball 3. Got time here, as looks like Maldonado had one of the straps on her leg protector was off. Here's a 3-1. Chop foul. 3-2. So 3-2 pitch here for Holt coming up. And here it is. Up high, ball 4. And the leadoff batter is on base here for Tullahoma, as Holt has now walked twice in the game. Technically, she is 0 for 0 with a walk, a fielder's choice, and now another walk. So they'll bring up the center fielder, Addie Norman. Addie has gone 5-3, put out her first at bat, and then singled her second. That first pitch missed, ball 1. Holt down there at first base for Tullahoma is a run threat. Swung on, fouled, 1-1. So I imagine with a 16-3 ball game and a 4-run deficit to try to get out of the forced run rule, they'll probably put her in motion here. Here's a pitch. Just missed, ball 3. Excuse me, I guess that was in there, then 2-1. Two-one pitch. Down, that is ball 3 now. 3-run. Kind of shocked that Holt's still standing over there at first. I thought that Tullahoma put her in motion, but it looks like they're just playing things as is. Here's a 3-1 pitch. As down for a ball. Back-to-back walks here for Hagan in the the bottom of the 5th. As Goads coming up to the plate for the Tullahoma Wildcats. She has had 2 doubles on the night, 2 for 2, one of them with an RBI. Maldonado went out to talk with the pitcher Hagan for just a brief moment, trying to calm her down. And again, a big cushion here, but if you want to end the ball game, you can't allow Tullahoma to score any more than 4 runs. They've already got 2 potentially on base here. Here's a pitch. That one is down and inside for a ball, 1-0. Maddie Goad at the plate here for Tullahoma. Here's the 1-0, swung on, driven deep to center field, and that is way out of here for Tullahoma. So that is 3 runs on the board here in the bottom of the 5th off of that 3-run home run. And now that cuts the Wildcat lead from 16-3 to 16-6. Just heard someone from the fans call nobody hurt. That is exactly right, especially with this big of a lead for Lawrence County. But now that puts the run rule in jeopardy here with a 10-run ball game. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th with the designated player, Caitlin Gaddis, coming up to the plate. She is 0 for 2 on the night with 2 groundouts to third base. So all in all, run rule aside, still a big cushion here for Lawrence County. Here's a pitch. Swung on, foul, 0-1. And that was a no-doubter by Goad out there in center field for that 3-run home run. Pitch is down but swung, 0-2 to Gaddis. I imagine this is Hagan's ball game here at this point. Here's a pitch. Up and in, ball 1, 1-2. As Hagan has no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Looking for the first one here. 1-2 on the way. Here it is. Swung on, popped up high towards right field. And that is caught out there by Libby Burks for the first out in the bottom of the 5th. So F9 on the put out there, and that will bring up number 34, Avonlea Metcalf. She was a pitcher to start the night and had a rough go in the first inning, allowing 11 runs. She is now over there playing first base. First pitch to her, swung on over to second. Tough play over there, quick throw over to first, and got her. Good recovery over there by Bella Grace. So Metcalf goes 4-3 for the putout. So 1 out away from getting a win here in Tullahoma for Lawrence County.
With 2 down, coming to the plate. Third baseman, Brindley Gilliam.
So let's bring up Brindley Gilliam, third baseman for Tullahoma. First pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1. And out here, we'll end the ball game for Lawrence County. Another run here for Tullahoma will keep things going into the 6th. Here's a pitch. Swung on over there at third base. Easy throw over to first. And that is your ball game. Lawrence County wins by a very hefty score here tonight, 16-6. After an 11-run first inning, got things going for your Lady Cats. After that, Tullahoma scored in the bottom of the 1st. No scores in the 2nd. In the top of the 3rd, Lawrence County got a run. Tullahoma tacked on 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. Then that led to the top of the 4th. Lawrence County added on another run. No runs at the bottom of the 4th for Tullahoma. And then 3s on the board in the 5th inning for both Lawrence County and Tullahoma. That 3-run home run and that bottom of the 5th by Goad. Unfortunately for them, that was not a grand slam. That would have kept things going into the top of the 6th. So that's your final score. As we'll say goodbye here tonight. Final score 16-6. Lawrence County gets the victory over Tullahoma. For Kevin Wright, I'm Taylor Plott. Thanks for watching Lawrence County Softball here on the X Sports Network. Have a great evening.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.